Hi, this is Miss McCauley, and this video will help you complete the dividing whole numbers by fractions investigation. Please watch this as you complete the models. The video will help you with the first 3 models, and then you should do the last one on your own using the Virtual Manipulatives app.
Okay, so today we're going to start learning about dividing fractions and whole numbers. And we're going to start this investigation together, and then you'll finish it either on your own or with a partner. Our first problem says that Juan is building a set for the school musical. He has a 3-foot board that he needs to equally divide into 1/2-foot pieces. How many pieces will he have after he cuts the board? Okay, well, let's start by writing down what we know. We know Juan has a 3-foot board. That needs to be divided into 1/2-foot pieces. Okay, we need to find how many pieces will he have after he cuts the board. Okay, so down here we can see a picture of Juan's boards, okay, his 3-foot board, so it's 3 feet altogether. Okay, step 1 says a board has been drawn for you. Draw lines to separate the board into 3 equal pieces. All 3 pieces should be the same size. Each piece represents 1 foot. Okay, so take your board and let's do your best to cut it into 3 same-sized pieces. So you can move it a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to divide each foot into halves. Remember, 1/2 tells us that each half is 2 pieces of a whole. Okay, so go ahead and change your color of line, and we're going to take each foot and divide it in half. Okay. Now we're going to determine how many groups of 1/2 are in 3. So again, let's change our color one more time and circle each group of 1/2. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can say that there are 6 groups of 1/2. So 3 divided by 1/2 equals 6. Let's check this with multiplication. Remember, multiplication is the opposite of division, so we're going to go the opposite way. So we're going to multiply 6 over 1 times 1/2. Okay? See, we've got some things we can cancel here. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 3 times 1 is 3. 1 times 1 is 1. And 3 divided by 1 equals 3. So we can see that this works because our multiplication gives us what we started with in the division problem. So Juan has a total of 6 pieces after he cuts the board. Okay, let's try one more together. The next problem says Jasmine has 4 Snickers candy bars. She is going to share 2/3 of each candy bar with a friend. How many friends can Jasmine share her candy bar with? Okay, let's start with what we know. We know that Jasmine has 4 candy bars. And she's going to share 2/3 of each bar with a friend. What do you need to find out? How many friends can Jasmine share her candy with? Okay, so we can see our picture here represents Jasmine's 4 candy bars. So step 1 says, using the bar to the right, divide the bar into 4 pieces of the same size. Each of the 4 pieces represents 1 candy bar. Okay. Cut this into 4 pieces. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2 says divide each candy bar into 3 pieces. Remember, each of those 4 pieces represents 1 candy bar. So we're then going to go ahead and divide each of those pieces into 3 pieces. Do your best to make them the same size. Okay, that's step 2. Step 3 says to determine how many groups of 2/3 are in 3. Circle the groups that are the size of the divisor. Oops, and yours should be correct. Of the divisor 2/3. Okay, since we're dealing with 2/3, we're going to circle groups of 2 here. Okay? So see how I'm putting 2 together in a group? So we want to put 2 in a group together. Okay, and we can see we've got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total groups. So there are 6 groups of 2/3. So we can say that 4 divided by 2/3 equals 6. And again, let's check with multiplication. So we're going to do 6 over 1 times 2/3. Again, I see some things we can cancel. 6 and 3 are both divisible by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. And 4 over 1 simplifies to 4. And that's what we started with, so we know we did it correctly. Okay, so you've got 2 more similar problems to try on your own or with a partner. Make sure you ask for help if you need it.
I'm here to help you with step 3A, number 3. This one causes a lot of people a lot of problems, so I'm gonna try to help you out a little bit. You should be able to answer most of the top part and the side part on your own, but first thing I want you to notice, please, is that if we put something up here that has some extra directions, you should be looking at that. So it says, please use virtual manipulatives for this problem. That means you need to be using your virtual manipulatives app. That means that we've discovered over time that makes it a lot easier. So now let's read the problem. Laurel has 2 corn dogs that he is going to share with his friends. He's going to give each friend 3/4 of a corn dog. How many friends can he share his corn dogs with? What do you know? That's what you should write from the problem. What do you need to find out? Look for the question. Now, step 1 says using the bar to the right, but we're not going to use the bar to the right. We're going to use virtual manipulatives, okay? And go and do that. So go ahead and go to your virtual manipulatives app, and you will follow along with me. Okay, I'm actually going to film my son using the virtual manipulatives app to show you how to do this. Okay, so my 8th grade son Dylan here is going to show us how to do this. Okay, so Dylan is in the Virtual Manipulatives app. Dylan, go ahead and click enter there, or click on it. And, yeah, click the X. First thing you want to do is click the X. Okay, and then the next thing I want you to do is up here on your settings button, this little book thing, whatever it's called. Click that, and then on the settings, make sure Snap to Grid is off. So Dylan, show where that is. Yeah, we want it off. Okay, can you turn it off?
I did.
No, it's on. Snap to Grid off. Click OK. Okay, now, the problem that we want to do is 2 divided by 3/4. So the first thing you want to do always is write the problem. So Dylan, use the pencil and write 2 divided by 3/4.
By what?
3/4. Okay, so now we want to model it and show it. So go ahead and click on the fractions. Pull over. Let's change, actually go to the settings again and change them to bars. It's a little easier. So change your shapes to tiles instead of circles. Okay, Now go pull over 2 whole corn dogs. In the word problem, they were referred to as corn dogs, so we're going to model them with 2 holes. So pull over 2 holes. There's 1 and 2. Okay, now the next thing I want you to do is to divide these into fourths. So right underneath the holes, split them into fourths, however many fourths there would be in one hole. Hopefully you will see by Dylan doing this that there are 4 fourths in every hole. Go ahead and put the 4 under the other corn dog as well. Now the question is, how many groups of 3/4 can we get out of 2 whole corn dogs? So Dylan, take the pencil and circle how many groups of 3/4 you see. There's 1. Pencil's a little fussy. And 2. So there's at least 2 groups of 3/4. But you should also see, look, there's 2 extra pieces there that are also they need to be accounted for. So you should know that there are, how many pieces in a group of 3/4, Dylan? How many pieces do you see in each group of 3/4?
3.
There are 3. And we have 2 out of 3 pieces left over. So how would you write 2 out of 3? What do you think, Dylan? 2 out of 3 you'd write?
2, I don't know.
Dylan knows. How do you write 2 out of 3? He is an 8th grader and he's forgetting how to write 2 out of 3.
Just
Good.
2 over.
2 over
4, 3.
3. It's 2/3.
Okay.
2/3. Okay, so he has 2 whole groups and 2/3 of another. So thank you for your help, Dylan. I can take it from here. So we would have 2 and 2/3 groups. That's how many groups of 3/4 there are, because there are 2 whole groups and then 1, 2 pieces left over that also are part of another group. That's where you get the 2 and 2/3. Okay, so you need to fill out the rest. So you need to write how many groups of 3/4 there are. We just discovered that over here. You would write 2 divided by 3/4 equals that number of groups, and then to check it with multiplication. Remember this. I see a lot of people make mistakes here. I want you to remember that in every division problem, you can rewrite it as a multiplication problem. So for example, if you had 15 divided by 3 equals 5, you know that 5 times 3 must equal 15. That happens the same with fractions. So this number should go here, this number should go here, and it should equal this number if you have done this correctly. Okay, that's your check step to make sure that your division is correct. Okay, hopefully this helps, and you should be able to handle number 4 after doing this one. Bye for now. Hi, I'm back. For the last one, I want you to try that one on your own using the Virtual Manipulatives app. If you need help with the check with multiplication step, Mrs. Tiglis has another little video clip that you can watch at the end of this that will help you to do the check with multiplication. Okay, good luck on the last one. Bye for now.
Hi, I just wanted to make one more quick help video here to help you with this bottom part of 3A that says check with multiplication. We've been getting quite a few problems, or a few questions on this. So after you watch the first video, you already know that the answer here was 6. Okay, so 3 divided by 1/2 equaled 6. Now, when it says check with multiplication, all that means is that you're going to take your answer and work backwards. So let's try a simpler problem really quick. Think back to when you were learning how to do regular whole number division. If you do 10 divided by 2, you get 5. And then, to check it, you could work backwards and say, well, 5 times 2, if I take my answer and multiply it by one of the factors here, then I would get 10. And since I got 10, I know I did it right. We're using the exact same idea here. But now, since we know the answer is 6, we're going to do 6 times 1/2. And we know that that should equal 3 if we did it right. So let's go ahead. We'll make our whole number 6 into a fraction. Cross simplify. This becomes a 1 and this becomes a 3. If we multiply straight across, we get 3 over 1, which is 3. So we know we did it right. So when when it says check with multiplication, that's all that it means, is to just check your answer by multiplying and working backward. Hope that helps.